Check. 1, 2, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, sports nerds. Welcome to North Sports Dynasty. It's been a while. I missed y'all. How the hell you been? Much love from north of the border here. I am Andrew Bear, the host with the most. I am currently live from the current location of North Sports Dynasty headquarters, possibly soon to be leaving. Thank you all for joining me today. How the hell you all been? It has been a while. We have got a lot to talk about, obviously. The sports world does not sleep. Doesn't matter if you are a football fan, NHL fan, basketball fan, baseball fan, NASCAR fan, really any type of sports fan. European soccer. We got FIFA coming up soon. Damn it. You know what? Let's just get right into some of the stuff that we got going in. I got a brand. Look at this. First of all, the board is full. Obviously, we got mock draft going to be talking about today. I've set this up so I can actually kind of walk around with the microphone. I can do some stuff with the microphone. I got the camera right there. I got camera 2 right there. I got you right here for me to see you here. I see the comments going. I see my whole computer is doing things. Let's get and see how the hell everybody's been doing. Ben, long time no see, so don't forget badminton. Dude, badminton is actually, I am very good at badminton. You are all beautiful people. How the hell you been, Ben? How the hell you all been? It's been a while. As you can see, it's just me, North Sports Dynasty. Going to keep it that way from now on. Obviously, we're going to expand as much as we can, but I think we just need to calm down, get back to the roots of what everything was, which is mock drafts and talking about random comedic things, doing routines when I can actually like sit down, write them down, and stuff like that. Speaking of writing down, I have major news. I think some people obviously are here to see what they're like, where the fuck have you been, dude? By the way, we swear here at NSD because we're never censored by ESPN. Even if I was sponsored and hired by ESPN, I don't need all that kind of money, guys. I don't. The freedom to say the F word whenever I please is the most freedom I can ever need. I'm going to get a copyright strike for that. I sound amazing. So let's talk about it. I have some new content, I guess, that's going to be coming out on a different platform. Not giving out any names. Not giving out anything just yet. Not everything has been finalized of what exactly I'm doing. I have a little bit of enthusiasm that I love to give every time that I go live or when I do any type of writing. And if you know me very well, my writing style is not exactly the most intelligent. I can have some run-on sentences here and there, but at the end of the day, I just like to make content. I like to produce. So finally, I have possibly got to team up with a entity, a sports group with a lot of people where I could talk to you guys a little bit more and actually be respected a little bit more. So let's hope that I got some more news for you in the next coming weeks. I do have though, something official that I did want to get out. Something that I can actually talk about and something that I can show you, the fans at North Sports Dynasty. Come here. Did you know I have been working on another show? Did you know that I've been producing it, writing it, and executive everything about it, directing it, literally trying to edit it, and I'm still not like even 10% done. It's going to be such a crunch to do it, but I have decided to do another show. Ladies and gentlemen, let me see if I can do this properly. Drum roll, please. You had a clicking. Oh, don't. I told you not to be on the beat. Thank you. All right, perfect. We got new show coming up. It's called Boobs. a nostalgia show. If you are a fan of movies, music, TV shows, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, and everything that has to do with pop culture, I am going to be doing a 8-part series where I will be exploring particular years, but not just particular years, certain genres of movies, the way that movies and music and TV shows have turned us into the people that we are today. Obviously, not everybody indulges in movies and TV shows like I do or like many other people have. But I can tell you right now, somebody out there has watched Ross and Rachel way too many times to not settle for anything less than the love that they had. Some people have watched the performance of Mr. Marlon Brando on numerous occasions where the man can't follow a fucking script to save his life, but yet put us through such emotions that he wins Oscars, that we have to put him on a pedestal of one of the greatest actors of all time. Speaking of greatest of all times, this show will have countless top 10s. We will have countless countdowns upon these movies, upon these TV shows, of different things between the greatest toys that ever existed in the early 2000s. We'll talk about, all the different things that happened, including, worldwide events that shaped us into, say, the music and movies that we saw. And not only that, I will take you on a journey where you will actually get to finally sense a little bit of emotion for yourself when we talk about these. Your favorite movies, your favorite music, your favorite TV shows, your favorite books, everything. We'll be talking about on Boobs, a nostalgia show. It's coming soon because it's pre-recorded. It's going to be edited and it's going to be put out there for you guys. I've been working on this for a very long time and I'm still not even close to being done. So please bear with me. In the off season, we will be having that. Also in the off season, this is obviously the dead period of sports, is it not? But if you know North Sports Dynasty very well, you know that this is where we just get started. So we are also having an off season where we're going to be doing mock drafts, talking about, the happenings around the world, but also North Sports Dynasty is going to be doing a history lesson. That's right. We're going to be having 32 episodes. 32, Andrew, that seems a little specific, doesn't it? Yes, 32 episodes, and those 32 episodes are going to be a history of every single specific NFL team. We are going to have people on who are fans of every single NFL team. We're going to interview them, why they became the fan of that team. Many other questions. We're going to talk about the history of those teams, the players that have gone to the Hall of Fame, some of the controversies that have happened around those teams. We are going to be having a history lesson on all 32 NFL teams, including, yes, the New Orleans Saints, where I will inevitably have to do 30 minutes of a history lesson where I have to learn about the Saints, where I've already done a couple of these. I have to still edit a couple more, obviously, and I still have to reach out to some other fans. So if you are a fan of an NFL team and you would like to be showcased in the offseason through a history lesson, please reach out to me. I would love to put you on the list and stuff like that. Obviously, if you're a Bucs fan, I don't know what I'm doing with that one yet. There's way too many Bucs fans that I want on that one. And I think that one's going to be obviously my special dedicated one. But if you want to be featured on, if you want to come along and be part of it, I would love to have you. Please reach out to me. That would be great to have. This is also, like I said, last few shows in my office. We are moving. I don't know where yet. We're figuring that out, but we're going to be moving. I'll obviously have a different office, I'll have a different location where NSD is taking place. Same old crazy mutter ginger. That is the one upstairs. That is right. Kim will still be here, yelling at me when she needs to. But this little nook right here, I actually even set this up. Check this out. We'll talk about that in a bit too. So yeah, it is what it is. But you know what? We've had great memories in here. Obviously, we've done the live show from the draft show. We've done a draft show here. We've done a couple shows, actually. We've had a couple of people. Mr. Loosey Goosey, obviously, being one of them. And, yeah. So, you know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm not emotional at all. I'm going to miss this fucking place, especially because I just organized it again. I'm going to pack it all. So, all right. Before I get too crazy into this, I see the comment section is blowing up. I see I got a lot of people here. So thank you all for tuning in. Nicole says, let's go. Thank you for tuning in. Christopher Cole. Show us the foobs. Yes, sir. Oh, hello. Right on, foobs. Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. What is up, sir? I have to go check through the comments to see who all these people are. Yes, happy Friday. Good to see you. I'm in for Washington if you don't have anyone else. Oh, I see. That's Sean Spencer. Thank you for tuning in. The end of an era. I know. Johnny Dean, thank you for tuning in. Love the jersey. Yes, so the jersey. This is the Christmas present from the pretty lady. 77. Y'all know what's on the back. It's the foobs. I didn't put foobs, but obviously Fobear, because you understand if Maverick or Ava ever wore this number with that name on the back, I would like bawl. I wouldn't even be able to watch the football game. I would just sit there and cry. Speaking of crying, we've been all crying. Get back into this. So let's talk about it, all right? Let's do it. Let me do this professionally because I set up everything professionally. I got batteries and stuff. NFL talk. Super Bowl is here. Finally down to it. By the way, in case y'all were wondering, I do have to brag just a really, really tiny little bit. The Super Bowl is here. 49ers versus Kansas City, taking place in Las Vegas here on Sunday. I'm having a Super Bowl party. If anybody obviously is not in the area and they're not doing anything, if you'd like to come by, just let me know. I am doing mini sliders. I gave this idea to Kim today, and she was just like, please, let's do them. And obviously nachos, because I love my nachos. And I bought a bowl specifically to do a big thing of nachos. So Super Bowl this Sunday. Me with the humble brag. It's just a humble brag because I got the stats here, just like I do on the mock drafts and stuff, which I'm pretty sure 7 out of 32, if anybody does the math correctly, I think is 32%. No, 22%. I think that's the best I've ever done. I'm guessing a full season and a full mock draft. Alex obviously got 8 that year, and I'm still trying to. I'm going to close that gap. But by the way, when we get to the mock draft, let you know, top 100. We're doing that this year. Top 100. Whoever can guess the most players drafted in the top 100 correctly will get a prize here. So, all right, let me just put it up here. This is my prediction from last year. All the standings, the playoffs, who I had for some of the awards, my NSD standbys. It doesn't really necessarily mean anything anymore. But as you can see, I have Kansas City and San Francisco playing in the Super Bowl with Kansas City winning. I don't know what that obviously is going to look like, but you know, let's get right into it though. I humble brag about the Super Bowl. I got that right. I think that deserves something, right? You know what I mean? Maybe not the pathway that they have to take to get through all, you know, like playing the Jets and stuff like that. Obviously, that's probably going to be a next year thing. But you know, humble pat on the back there, Mr. Genji. You just got there, Genji. But let's also talk about the shit that you were not very good on. Well, first of all, here, actually, you know what? I just want to get the good stats out of here. 22% correct, by the way. If you look at all those predictions there, if you look at all those records and you go put that up against what actually happened, yeah, 22% correct. I got Miami correct. I got Denver, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Chicago, San Francisco, and Philly. Those are the ones that I got correct. 38% by 1 game correct, and 63% by 2 games. So yeah, I had the right idea. You know, had I put some bets, a little bit more bets, I should say, down on actual winners of the divisions, I probably would have actually cashed out a little bit better. So, but now, okay, now we're going to talk about the bad here. Andrew, Mr. Charles Faubert, fucking fake Bert, took the 10-7 Panthers. That's right. I did. Hey, don't feel bad at all. I'm sorry. It's a bad mistake. I even called it my Giants pick of the year. How fucking dumb can a guy get? Anyway, back to it. The other ones, it was like Tampa 5 and 12, and like, how many people are gonna clip this and be like, "Look at this stupid change." Like, I know. Okay, I should have listened to Ray Kennedy. I should have listened to the people who actually live down in the place where it actually happens. Okay, I will admit, wasn't completely right about this. All right, now that we got that out of the way, season predictions, not that bad. Not that bad. Can't wait to do the next seasons. So this, though, all the stuff about the Super Bowl right now, we're talking about the 49ers with the field things. Has anybody actually gotten the legit memento on that? Like the actual writing down? Or is this still like Caleb Williams stuff where it's all from like MLS football and Dov Kleiman and all these people who are claiming to be the next Ian Rappaport? All right. I don't want to put too much stake into the Flame just yet and put her, on a medium. We do well done around here. But what I want is to have a little bit of sense of decency when we're actually talking about what we're reading. Okay? And with that, nice little lob into the whole Caleb Williams thing. There is talk online that this Caleb Williams is not going to go first overall. Are we actually kidding ourselves right now? The Drake May conversation is a legitimate one, and I'll give you that. But while we talk about this and we transition into the mock draft and all that kind of stuff, which, by the way, again, 100 picks right here for you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go through not every single one. Okay, we're just going to go through the first round here. A couple trades I got for you. But there are 3 generational talents in this draft, judged by scouts. I'm not telling you this as a person other than who has taken a lot of stuff from online and has put it through a Excel filter and has spent a lot of work trying to filter out what the fuck is right and what the fuck is wrong and what you should listen to and who you should listen to. The Caleb Williams stuff makes sense only based off of his father. His father is like LaMelo's dad there. Was it Lamar Ball? I'm trying to remember what the guy's name. Guy yelled at the blonde from Colin Cowherd back in the day. We've never seen her since, by the way. Just saying. His dad is the issue. It's not him necessarily. He understands his value. And you got guys online tearing this dude apart because he's painting his nails. I'm a fucking dad. I might be out in public with painted nails. Oh, Andrew, he doesn't have a kid. So? Thought we were past that. He can paint his fucking nails all he wants. Who cares? It's not like he's going to be on your team. Unless you're a Commanders fan. I think he's going to the Commanders. So let's talk about it. First pick overall is not going to be the Chicago Bears, in my opinion, on the mock draft 1.0 here at NSD. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. So, again, let's get right into it. Drum roll, please. Oh, it's off. I'm trying to get it properly, and it's not looping this time. Good. All right. I got Chicago and Washington making a trade here because let's be realistic here as well with Chicago. He doesn't want to come there. If he doesn't want to be drafted there, he's going to Eli Manning himself out of there. He's going to John Elway himself out of the situation. The easiest way for you to keep one of the 3 generational players is by going down 1 pick and trading it with Washington. When you call, you obviously ask for the moon. They say, would you take number 40? You say, no, I want 36 and I want a rotational player. It could get as bad as possibly Jahan Dotson. And I'm pointing over here. I realize that, the screen, it's stuff. I'm sorry. Just Jahan Dotson to be in the slot for the Bears, for Justin Fields. And DJ Moore. You'll see who the second pick is in a second. And then Jahan Dotson. And the 36th overall pick. Caleb now goes home. Caleb goes to DC. Now, all of a sudden, with the new ownership who is wanting a nice jump start right off the bat, knowing that they're not going to give up some players. I believe that to be Terry McLaurin because of the cap hit. It's hard to trade, but man, if you look at his fucking tape, you can't trade that guy. So I'm on the fence with Jahan, but it would make sense. But also at the end of the day in this, I think my final conclusion would be you just trade number 2 and 36. You get another top 36 player, top 35-ish type player, and you call it a day. Now, all of a sudden, Chicago at 2 after Caleb Williams goes 1 to Washington, and FedEx Field is no longer because in 3 years they build a new stadium because he's like, listen, if I'm staying here, we're doing things my way. And they're like, yes, sir. Whatever you say. It's your fucking team from now on. Please save us. Chicago doesn't hesitate and takes at one of the 2 left for generational players off the board, and that's Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't want to hear no shit about Marvin Harrison Jr. anymore and about what his ceiling is and what his low point is. This is what I'm going to tell every single one of you right now. There is a gap here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Who's sitting at 4? Arizona. Who doesn't need a quarterback? Arizona. Arizona's like generational talent falling to 4? Yes, fucking please. Thank you. Now, all of a sudden, Chicago says, fuck that. Washington says, fuck that. We're going to throw a big old wrench into that thing. Chicago obviously has to go to 2. The reason this is happening and the reason I'm saying Chicago's not trading to say 10 or 15 or even down to 21 and taking a big package of future assets and stuff like that is because this is still generational talent. Marvin Harrison is not someone that you just throw away. The Cardinals would have rolled the red fucking carpet out for that dude at 4. You kidding me? Plus, if you guys have read anything on Reddit, there is a big connection between DJ Moore, Justin Fields, and Marvin Harrison Jr. outside the field. Like the big fields. Like they're friends, by the way. And check out the likes on social medias or whatever. Marvin Harrison Jr. is playing it so smart. The guy knows exactly the 3 places he's going to. So he's going to suck up to the Cardinals. He's going to suck up to the Chicago fans. He's going to suck up to the Patriot fans. And those are the 3 things that he's been liking on social medias. All right. Number 3, Drake May goes to the Patriots. I think we all can just whatever. Okay. I don't think anyone's trading up for that because I think the Patriots are like, no. This is our quarterback. We start here. That's it. This is where it gets fun, though. Number 4, I got the Giants going from 6 up to 4. I got the Giants giving up number 70 and number 139 based off of the Jimmy Johnson draft chart and based off of the fact that this is still, you're traded for a quarterback in the top 5. You're going to have to give up just a little bit more. I don't think we're trading too much for future assets just yet. I think the Giants go to 4. They get Jaden Daniels. Number 5, the Chargers. I think they're taking Fuega from Oregon State. This could go any way. Harbaugh could trade it back. The Chargers could literally just say, we're going to pick 5 players that Jim has either coached or possibly knows about in the first 3 rounds. That's a complete possibility. But the fact that they need help at the right tackle position and someone who might be able to turn this way in case something happens to Slater again, I think Fuega is a great choice for the Chargers. Some may call it a reach. He is, in my opinion, the best tackle in this, who is not a left tackle. And he is not the other generational talent that I am talking about. That other generational talent is going to fall. It is named Joe Alt. Joe Alt is one of the best left tackles in this draft. Not only that, Joe Alt is one of the best fucking players you are all going to see for a very long time. And we'll get to him in a second. By the way, share, follow North Sports Dynasty. Tell all your friends. It's good to see you all. Obviously, I see the comment section popping off again. Johnny Dean. Also love the Venom on the wall there. Thank you. That would make the nacho sliders. Ooh, I forgot. Yeah, Carolina Taylor said, "Yeah, buddy, I know, right? But I gotta own up to it, man. Oregon Center is a beast. I agree. Someone said no. Will Kramer, he doesn't like that. Obviously, Will, come on now, man. Think about it. Number 6, obviously, Arizona takes Fashionow. The reason being is he can move to guard. He can be a rotational player on that offensive line wherever you need him to be. Number 6, Chris Sims has said it himself. The guy wants to go to Tennessee. And you think Tennessee is going to let him fall past him? I don't think so. Tennessee grabs Brock Bowers, the Georgia tight end, and they make it a beautiful comminglement with Will Levis. It really does seem that if they get Brock Bowers, that offense is going to start looking a lot nastier than we all think. They're very underrated. Very underrated if Will Levis can actually be good in the big leagues. I got Roma Duzier going to Atlanta for you there, Kyle. I got edge rusher Dallas Turner going to Chicago at 9, and Joe Alt going to the Jets at 10, solidifying not only the left tackle position for Aaron Rodgers, obviously, but solidifying the left tackle position for when he's gone. So you don't have to deal with this rotational door of quarterbacks anymore. I want Joe Alt so much more than the quarterback from Sean Spencer. It still makes sense. I'm okay with it. Listen, for fantasy football purposes, I would love Sam Howell to have another year. 11 to 20, I got Minnesota taking Jared Verse. 12, Denver taking Latu from UCLA. The Raiders, now this is where the Raiders, I think, make a trade. Right before they make this pick. All right? Right before they make this pick. I got them trading with the Jets, sending Devontae Adams over. They get number 72 and next year's first-round pick from the Jets. The reason why this is happening now, obviously, is because of a healthy Aaron Rodgers comes in. That pick is going to be anywhere between, obviously, pick number 19 to 32 because they're going to be a playoff team. So I think the Raiders dangle that in. Makes sense. Devontae gets to get realigned with Aaron Rodgers. The Raiders then go on and pick Malik Neighbors since he falls that far, and you can replace Devontae Adams just like that with the talent from LSU. Cornerback Nate Wiggins from Clemson goes 14 to New Orleans. 15, quarterback Quincy Mitchell goes to Toledo. From Toledo goes to Indy. Seattle takes Chop Robinson, one of my favorite players in this draft, at number 16. Jacksonville gets Teron Arnold from Alabama at 17. Cincinnati takes J.C. Latham, the Alabama right tackle. The Rams take Amari Mims from Georgia, the offensive tackle. Pittsburgh, by the way, this is the fall of tackles. This is a great tackle draft if you're looking for one. Fontenot from Washington goes to Pittsburgh. 21 from Miami, they grab Graham Barton from Duke. Now I got a trade here with the Philadelphia Eagles. Detroit trading up. That's right, the Lions trading up. They showed last year that they're not afraid to do it. And if they got someone on their mind for their team, they're going to make sure that they can be a part of their squad. I got them going and trading the number 29, 92, and 162 to Philadelphia to take Cooper DeJean, the Iowa corner / safety. You can kind of move them around different positions. All around beast. Houston takes Byron Murphy, the Texas defensive lineman at 23. Dallas takes the offensive tackle, Morgan from Arizona. I got Green Bay taking Jair Newton from Illinois. He falls due to the injury concerns, but that's going to be a steal for Green Bay. Tampa, as Christopher Cole. Sorry. Christopher Cole said, Oregon Center is a beast. I got Tampa taking Powers Johnson right there. Here's another trade, by the way, I got going on. Arizona's up, sitting at 27. Arizona also likes to get picks for the future, especially with Kyler there. You solidify a defense around him for the next couple of years. And if that team is young on the perimeter and you've already paid Kyler, it's quite opposite of what other teams have to do, especially if they're doing good. Doesn't that seem kind of beneficial? I think Arizona trades this to the Las Vegas Raiders. What? The Raiders take the number 27 pick and the number 90. They send over number 77, next year's 2025 first, not their own. They don't play that game. Arizona doesn't play that game anymore. They just take the Jets' pick in this one. And they also get number 112. So Arizona gets a future pick. And the Raiders now get their quarterback, Michael Penix Jr. I think the lefty, the fact that he can scramble if he needs to, and the fact that his attitude, the fact that he's going to fall, he's going to be there in the draft room, that's enough to call him a Raider. Also, side note, I think that another quarterback that they could just take later on in the rounds that they would probably be a starter day one is Spencer Rattler. That personality and that attitude just seems like it would be perfect, well-rounded, and utilized on the Raiders. So keep an eye on that. Buffalo takes Adoree Mitchell, wide receiver out of Texas, at number 28. Philadelphia, with this pick, takes Jake Trottier Jr. from Clemson, going to the place where his dad played. Yes, you guys got to start keeping an eye out for those generational players coming in to play on the teams that the dad did. Baltimore is going to take Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU here at 29. Kansas City takes Troy Franklin, a fucking hell of a good wide receiver, to fall all the way down to Kansas City there at number 29 or at number 31. I got them obviously losing in this mock draft. San Francisco here. This is where it gets a little interesting too. San Francisco knows they're going to have a lot of holes in a couple years. They got to get younger. So I think they could trade this pick to Atlanta. Atlanta comes in, gets Bo Nix, puts Bo Nix in there for a little bit. They end up trading number 32 for 43, a next year's third, and 198. Atlanta gets the quarterback that they want to put in-house behind, obviously, the new offensive coordinators that they got. That would be pretty good. Second round and third round, I'll throw up on the page there tomorrow, up on the NSD page. I haven't done any trades or anything like that, knowing very well that all this could be different if there was trades. Second round is a little bit harder to do, though, because people don't give first round picks. It's just a bunch of backgrounded picks and future seconds and stuff like that. So we will see what happens, but I'll take a picture. If anybody was looking right now, if anybody wants to comment and, ask me what player they were looking for, just let me know. I'll be here for, a little while. A little late to the show. Hope I didn't miss much. Oh, Robbie, it's all good, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. And much love to everybody that has been here. All right, let's see what else we got on the docket here, ladies and gentlemen. Dynasty Targets. I just wanted to put this out there, obviously, for some context, so that I can clip this for later on if people can, laugh at me or whatever. There's 3 players that I'm high up right now before pre-draft of the rookies, before anything like that, and they're not rookies. Okay, they're not rookies, but there's 3 players that I'm really, really high up on for next year. Obviously, number 1, I think is going to be high up on everybody's chart, is Devon Achane, or Aknyan, whoever the hell you want to say it. That guy is going to be on one fucking great offense next year. He's probably going to get the bulk of the load. And you've seen him finish the 3rd highest we have ever seen a player finish in fantasy football, really, in his first year. And if they utilize him for that, I think they can utilize him a little bit more, especially because that was, an intense game anyway. Number 2 is A.T. Perry from the New Orleans Saints. There's something about the usage of him over like Shaheed Rashid towards the end of the year that made people question, should I have Shaheed on my roster over him? The question is, we don't know anymore. Lastly, the last person I got, my favorite, for next year, Tyjae Spears from the Tennessee Titans, the running back. Obviously, Derrick Henry is going to be gone. He's probably going to go to a contender to be utilized on goal line situations. Probably go to Philly. But there is a pass catching back in Tennessee already ready to go and take the bulk of the load for next year. And I think he's going to run with it. Tennessee is an underrated team. And if they got 2 wide receivers in D-Hop and Treylon Burks, and they're probably going to grab another one, and especially if they have Brock Bowers, as you see in my mock draft, Tyjae is going to see some catches. And not only that, he's going to see some runs. And even if he's a 50-50 guy for passing and running, and even if that's the yardage that he puts out, if you're in a PPR league, that's points every single time he catches the ball. So I'm high up on Tyjae Spears. I think he's going to be a top 10 running back next year for sure. All right. Be right back here. NSD. Obviously, I just need to get a little bit more water and transition to the next stuff, and I'll see you in a minute when I can actually click everything and I know where the fuck everything is. Okay, see you in a minute. Everybody, I'm back. Welcome to North Sports Dynasty. I'm your host, Andrew Faubert. Fickbear. Flo Bro. There's a bunch of different, stupid nicknames that people give me in high school, and so I just utilize them every day. I am the fake Bert. I am the Flo Bear. Anyways, welcome to North Sports Dynasty. I'm your host, Andrew Faubert. We are always located here at North Sports Dynasty headquarters until I have to move. It's been a long day without you, my friend. I can't do that. I can't do it. My fucking voice is going to be gone if I try to do that again. By the way, I did forget part of that whole NFL segment, my Super Bowl picks. I do actually have money down on this Super Bowl, and I wanted you guys to see exactly what we bet. We are taking the lime green yellow. We actually put money on that. I am secretly putting money on, oh my God, if I can actually find it anywhere, to be the first song that Usher plays. I would like to have gotten it when it was like plus 350, but it's not anymore. I think Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce is going to get reception over 20.5. I put 25 on it. My big parlay of the game, I got Isaiah Pacheco going to rush for at least 49. And take the Brock Purdy to rush for at least 12.5 yards. And I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey to have at least 26 passing receiving yards. $35 bet on that would win you 77 for a grand total of just over $100, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, as you see down there, I have dropped money on the Chiefs to be within 3.5. I'd win about $170 there. So hoping for a nice, $300 payout on the Super Bowl. Those are my picks. I'm also debating a little bit of a Rashee Rice on the side, but that's just me. I don't know. We're gonna still see about that. All right, let's talk about hockey here a little bit. Where the All-Star game happened down in Toronto. As you all know, and if you don't know, Connor McDavid won the Skills Championship because he's the best fucking hockey player in the NHL. That is everybody fucking stupid when they watch these games who just wear other jerseys? Literally, I live in Edmonton. Okay, I listen to this annoying fan base all the time. They literally sound like Maple Leaf fans. I see no difference between Maple Leaf fans and Oiler fans. But the one thing that they talk about that makes a lot of fucking sense though is how good Connor McDavid is. Connor McDavid is the best player in the NHL. There's no question. It's not Ovechkin, and it's not Crosby, okay? It's definitely not Bedard. Bedard isn't even playing right now. Bedard is injured, okay? But he's the best. He won $1 million for showing off, and I don't even think he was necessarily trying that hard. Everybody else looked like they were going to blow fucking Achilles and stuff like that, trying to skate with this guy. All right? And everybody wants to sit there and say, oh, the Oilers aren't going to win the cup. It's not because of him. He's gotten a lot further than the Maple Leafs have. It's got a lot further than the fucking Red Wings have in the last little bit. But if you look at the statistics, the man has literally lost to the Stanley Cup Finals champions. Okay? Fucking give them a break. Good turnout at the NHL All-Star Game, though. Give them that, especially because it was in Toronto, and I fucking hate Toronto. Trouble for the Coyotes, though. They say they're fine. Their Twitter does. Their social media team just in general does not want to admit that there's going to be some issues going on in Arizona. The issue that is happening with the Arizona Coyotes is they can't find a fucking team. And the problem is not necessarily trying to sell that team to the market anymore. I think what the problem is they've sucked for so long that inevitably when this young crop is really, really good, it's going to be really, really good for the next city that buys them. So that when all these Coyote fans are bitching and complaining like, oh, look at them going this Stanley Cup run. That was our team and stuff. You're 110% correct. So you, the fans, should start figuring it also the fuck out. It's apparently the most beautiful fucking state out there. There's apparently some nice people that live there. I don't know much of them, but like you gotta. Pat McAfee wants to fucking move there. You got mountains with snow and shit like that. Like, you can make it happen in like any of those. I hate to say it, those bumfuck towns, really. And you'd still have people go. You're going to win a cup with that team more than likely if they add the right pieces. Clayton Keller stays there. Austin Matthews doesn't get the contract that he wants. And Connor McDavid inevitably comes to Toronto because of the Edmonton Oilers couldn't fucking do it. Rah, 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 rah. It can happen. But you're going to give it to like Salt Lake City. You're going to give it to fucking Salt Lake City. Or the Houston Aeros. Or the Atlanta what the fucks. Well, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, honestly, if anything, I understand that there's a formality to it and there's legalities and all that kind of shit. But my God, it's a 5,000 seat arena. You guys got to figure it out past this fucking season. Go fucking play up in BC on the middle of a fucking frozen lake. We even have any more of those. You know how hot it is in Canada right now? Like, fuck. All right? What else do we have on the docket there for that? Got the trade rumors. So, big trade rumors they got for the Oilers, first of all. The Oilers got Marc-Andre Fleury on their docket. And they also have, there was a defenseman. I'm trying to remember what fucking defenseman. I was told that they're looking for a stall, which I'm like, that'd be kind of cool. But they obviously need another goalie. I don't think Fleury's the answer, and I don't necessarily think it's going to be Fleury. Minnesota's still in the West. Minnesota's not going to do anything to help the Oilers. They're not in their division, but they're not going to necessarily do anything to help the Oilers either. You know what I mean? Like, Fleury was linked there fucking like 10 years ago. Like, honestly, if I'm the Oilers, I want to go after somebody who I know is actually going to be a solid backup for at least, say, 2 years. And I hate to be that guy, but Oiler fans, doesn't it sound like it'd be a good fucking time to have Cam Talbot? Like, honestly. Or when you were linked to Georgiev and the Rangers just wanted a second, I think is what it was. And you're like, no, eat my dick, is what the Oilers said. Like, Jack Campbell decided, like, that is just low-hanging fruit, okay? The fact that he was getting scored on the Condors. You know the Oilers know it better than that. The fact that he was getting scored on in the minors, though, is not good, okay? It's a hard contract to get rid of. It's like one of the hardest contracts to get rid of. Like, back in the day with the whole Voracek thing, and then Voracek was really, really fucking good, or whatever. So, I don't think it's going to be Fleury. And if it is Fleury, don't you think some of the, and I'm not saying all Oilers fans are dumb. I'm not saying that at all. There's a very good chunk of them, but not all of them. Okay. Fleury is not going to start in the playoffs over Stuart Skinner because there's people who actually think that that's an actual possibility. You're on drugs. You're on better drugs than I'm taking. Okay. And I take drugs because I have multiple people talking in my head at what. Okay, apparently we're not supposed to talk about it. Okay, I'm sorry. You don't have to get mad at me for it. Fuck. All right. comments. I won't do it anymore. Talk about something else. What happened? What happened? I got ghosts and shit, dude. They just randomly turned up. They don't like it when I talk about them, apparently. Okay, we won't do it. So, yeah, drugs and stuff. It does that. No, he's not going to start. Other trade rumors, though. Remember back in the season, I said Konecny would have been great for the Red Wings? Yeah, well, now he's the captain of the Flyers, so that ain't fucking happening. I don't think the Red Wings are necessarily making that much of a drastic, change, I don't think they're going after too many people at the trade deadline that are going to break the bank. One of the reasons because of it is you got the Islanders coming up. You got, there's a couple other teams behind them that I'm like, they're willing to trade 4 pieces. We have multiple picks and we have a lot of prospects and stuff like that, but we don't play good against good teams right now. I know that we're, good against the Panthers a little bit in Boston here, but when it comes to crunch time with those rookies and stuff like that, they're going to get a fucking real test in the playoffs. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm confident that they're going to be good. Obviously, I'm going to root every single fucking game like it's the last game they're ever going to play, especially if they do make the playoffs. I've been waiting. Give me Toronto. I want Toronto in the first round. Let's go. I don't want Toronto. But it's been a while. I don't think they're making any crazy trades. Toronto, on the other hand, might. I think not that I've heard rumblings, but obviously when you look at the internet and you see some of the stuff and you look at some of the credentials that the people have who talk about some of the stuff, the fucking Maple Leafs could really make a run at some peeps, okay? And it's not going to be fun if we all have to sit here and the Maple Leafs actually have some depth going into the playoffs. The Oilers have depth going into the playoffs, and they probably want more depth going into the playoffs. The Kings have depth, and there's a few other teams that have depth. There's teams that have depth that are not even in the playoff consideration, and they're probably going to start dumping some of those guys. And Tampa's going to load up. Toronto's going to load up. Philly's probably going to load up because they're playing good. The Rangers, for some odd reason, don't necessarily want to give up too much, so they're probably not going to load up. But who fucking knows what's going to happen to the Rangers? So let's check out what's going on in the comment section. I see. Who you think going to win the Super Bowl and what you consider for a bet for that Facebook user. Like I said, I probably would lean the Chiefs. And if I'm playing, if I'm just putting money to see just a little bit of return and have fun and stuff like that, I would take the Chiefs at +3.5 if you can still get it for anything lower or at -170. Yesterday, I could have got it 160. That's why I put $10 more down so I can still get the return. Also, if I win that bet, I can get the Blackbird Lego set for the X-Men. That's my gift to myself. So I gotta learn. I gotta play it safe. So if you're playing safe, go the 3.5 for the Chiefs. If you're going just for a straight up win, I would probably it's so hard. I would probably still go Chiefs, but man, it's really going to be difficult to beat the 49ers, man. It really is. There we go. I was considering Chiefs myself. I'll DM you, talk more in depth about bets. No words. That's Robbie. That's right. Okay. I knew you were live before Sask. I'm in Edmonton. Damn right. I don't think they're going to last long, only finding team. But their arena is still toss-ups. They owe so much money from what I've read about. I agree. I should bring this down while I'm talking to you guys. I wish I could bring it. Let's see. Can I read the comments? Nice jersey. It's a shame that the team will be losing to my Oilers February 13th. This motherfucker. Dude, where the fuck are you? This is actually a cool shot. The camera's all sideways and shit. It's kind of retro, which is a good time to plug the fact that I'm doing another show called The Foobs Nostalgia Show. Talk movies and music and TV shows and all the pop culture from the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. 8-part series coming probably early this or late in the spring. I don't fucking know. So you're not wrong. I almost ruined your streak though, but it was the Golden Knights, and I'm pretty sure that stunk just a little bit more for you. So I heard Mark Ford may potentially trade over the Oilers. Do you have any insight on that? Like I said, it's difficult. He's a big cap hit. So it's going to be difficult for them to actually like make it work. So I'll show you a hard contract. All right. Hey. All right. Okay. Quick NBA news. There were some trades. Bogdanović went to the Knicks. That was a really good trade. The Knicks actually look like they're about to be something. Like they're like one superstar finally away from being like the it team. You know what I mean? Like if you took the Thunder and you put all those players on like in Knicks jerseys, you wouldn't be able to like stop the Knicks this season. I think the fact that the Thunder play at Oklahoma is the reason why the Oklahoma Thunder are not going to be as good as everybody thinks they are in the playoffs. I'm still a Thunder fan. As I look for it, there it is. I had this specifically for the show. The Thunder Drive. See? I am a Thunder fan. I don't see the Thunder really doing too much in the playoffs. There's a couple teams that are doing like really good in the regular season that like when it comes to crunch time, I don't see winning anything too crazy. Like the Timberwolves, sorry, Alex. The Thunder, sorry, me. Everyone's all high up on the Clippers. Like I didn't realize that LeBron fucking James put a Clipper jersey on and plays in LA. Like, who the fuck do you honestly think you are that you're going to represent LA in any type of finals? Like you got broken leg Kawhi, you got broken attitude Paul George, you got broken motherfucking Russ Westbrook. I can't even say his name right because I fucking hate that dude. You got broke ass, fat ass James Harden. Who the fuck are you kidding me that the LA Clippers are going to be something this year? Who the fuck are you talking to? The Clippers aren't going to the finals. Clippers aren't doing shit. The only people who would probably do shit, I want to say the Suns. But like what? Yeah, Bradley Beal, and you traded all your depth for like an all-star, and they're not playing like fucking all-stars. Playing like the fucking Looney Tunes bench here, dudes. KD acting like he's one of the best players of all time. Get the fuck out of here. There's one. Okay. I'm gonna add this because I'm a KD hater and I understand. A lot of people don't like that, and I frankly don't care. He played for the Thunder, and he couldn't win a championship with the Thunder when he was given a super team with a bunch of young guys, and so he's like, "Oh, look at that! The Warriors over there. They got two amazing stars. One right now just needs these guys to figure the fuck out, man. But like they got stars up the ass there in Oakland, San Francisco, whatever you want to call it. And I go there, make it rotation and stuff, and now all of a sudden we're like our dynasty. And yeah, you were a dynasty. You got 2 rings with them. Congratulations. Don't see you got one with the Thunder. I don't see you got one with the Brooklyn Nets. I don't see you got one with the Suns there. I don't see you winning championships that you keep saying that you're going to keep winning these championships. I keep hearing about KD being able to put games on his back and this, that, and everything else. Man, shut the fuck up. You can't put nothing on your back besides every fucking jersey in the league that pays you the highest bidder. Okay? You are like, it is so ridiculous to me that Kevin Durant is going to say, why can't I be considered one of the greatest players of all time? Same reason why fucking Wesley Drexler isn't considered one of the like top 10 greatest players of all time. Same reason why Chris Paul isn't considered one of the greatest top 10 players of all time. Because at the end of the day, they're very, very good players. And we're going to remember their names for some of the shit that they did. But they couldn't put no fucking team on their own back and win shit. Chris Paul had to go to Houston. And his injury is the reason why James Harden couldn't actually prove to anybody that he was worth the shit. The Suns have Booker. All right. Booker is the motherfucker. Booker is the guy. And Booker, honestly, like if KD wasn't there and you put let's see, Marcus Smart, Tatum, like those kind of guys instead, you're gonna get the same type of production, if not better, in my opinion. Durant has a good shot, and he's an elite, fucking tall, lengthy guy. I get it. It's like Pascal Siakam can shoot. I get it. But you're not considered one of the top 10 greatest of all time. You can be considered one of the top 25 greatest of all time. I'd go consider that. But I need to see you do it by yourself. Go to like the Washington fucking Wizards and do it. These players in the NBA keep wanting to be considered one of the greats and stuff like that. Do what Steph Curry did. Steph Curry literally like won the championship for the Warriors essentially single-handedly. The guy changed the three-point game. All right? That is considered one of the greatest of all time. The question becomes, where do you actually put Steph Curry in that conversation of the greatest of all time? Because I like the debate between him and Magic, and I like what Michael Jordan said about the debate about him and Magic. But at the end of the day, Magic changed the game for like the point guard position all in all. Steph changed the game. Not just the position, the game, for fuck's sakes. We used to play NBA 2K and just, drive and stuff like that, and not many people shooting threes and stuff like that. Now everybody's shooting threes. Why? Because the game is accustomed to it. Why is everybody shooting threes when they do pickups and stuff like that now? Why is everybody who was practicing in the gyms when they were in high school and stuff like that getting laughed out of the courts and stuff when they're just trying to get these threes up? Why? Because Steph Curry's doing it. Steph Curry shoots like 4,000 fucking threes a day. A day. That's what elite does. That's what elite do. Katie out here talking shit. Speaking of Katie, Katie was drafted by the Seattle SuperSonics before they obviously went to the Thunder, which makes me really pissed off because then we could have seen the Thunder or the SuperSonics obviously in the finals. But to deal with that, where are my SuperSonics? Honestly, where are my SuperSonics? I have a beautiful hat that I was given to me by a beautiful woman for Christmas, and for some odd fucking reason, I have to sit here and wear the Kraken hat, which is still very nice. She also got me this hat. It's really, really fucking pretty. And now this has like become my Boston Rob hat, if anybody knows that reference. Where are my SuperSonics? Like, do I actually have to wait for LeBron James to retire out of the NBA so that he can be a part owner of the Las Vegas? What the fuck are they going to be called? Seattle already knows what they're going to be called. Seattle already has a fucking arena. And guess what? It runs on rainwater, bitches. You tell me what your arena is going to do in Las Vegas. You can't even put a baseball field in there without everybody bitching about the drive and the congestion of traffic that it's going to do. You're going to put a basketball team in there? What do? Put it where the Golden Knights play? That bitch, that hole was at T-Mobile Arena. Was that T-Mobile Arena? I think it's T-Mobile Arena. Ben Cornett would know too. That arena is dedicated now specifically for the Golden Knights. Ain't no other motherfucking team going in there and expressing their type of like atmosphere whatsoever. Do you think they're going to pull the big fucking Golden Knight helmet out? You think they're going to pull that out of the stadium for anybody? Fuck no. Fuck no. You would literally have to call the basketball team the Golden Knights too. Like, no. You'd have to build them a brand new stadium, I think. So where the fuck are my SuperSonics? Where are my SuperSonics? I'm just getting very mad at it. So more on the trade deadline, though. The Raptors brought in a Canadian. That was cool, bringing in Kelly Olynyk. I don't like the first round pick that you had to do. Like, makes sense. NBA trades are a little bit different than obviously NFL trades. NFL trades are obviously different than NHL trades. NHL trades are different than so on and so forth. So it's hard for myself to keep balance on both, obviously. But, you got the Jimmy Johnson chart. You got the, oh my God, I keep forgetting his name. David Blatt, I think it was his name, the old coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I use his reference chart every time I talk about the NBA ones. NHL, I've just been doing it for so long. I listen to Elliot Friedman and some of these guys, and to be honest, there's some days where you just don't know what the fuck is being traded for what. I saw Tyler Ginock go for a first-round pick and then some. Like, what the fuck was that? So I've seen like Matt Duchene get like ridiculous contracts and then get traded for nothing and then come back and then be traded for a first-round pick. Like, the NHL's on crack sometimes. I mean, essentially, too, the GMs in the NHL, going back to the NHL for a second, I'm sorry, just the hockey in general, GMs, especially in the NHL, are like really, really fucking dumb. Like, really, really dumb. They set up the Golden Knights for like years, okay? GM management of the Golden Knights did a very good job, bringing in Eichel and some of those other guys that they had to, and bouncing around the contracts and winning a Stanley Cup in 6 years. But not only that, they won a Stanley Cup, and the core people that they made, like that team with, they respectfully let out the door. That is something that no other fucking team does, especially when they win Stanley Cups. The St. Louis Blues didn't do that. They just overpaid everybody and was like, please live here in St. Louis. That would be great. Who the fuck wants to live in St. Louis? Exactly, Bilbo. Nobody wants to live in fucking St. Louis. I would go visit St. Louis because that's where my Cardinals play. But seriously, the NHL, man, the way that they do shit some days is just really, really screwed up. So trade frenzy is going to be happening pretty soon in the NHL. Keep an eye out for that. By the way, keep an eye out, obviously, for NASCAR racing. That's going to be coming up in 3 weeks here. They just had to clash at the Los Angeles there. Not for points. They just do it for, like, here's our cars. Come look at us. Early paint schemes, though, have been dropped for the NASCAR race. Bubba Wallace, hey, man, listen, you looking pretty good with that McDonald's car. I'll give you that. I don't eat McDonald's. I don't. And to be honest, I'm very glad I do. If I ate McDonald's right now with some of the digestive shit that I got going on right now, I'd probably die. But your car looks sexy. Some of these cars that are going to be driving for Daytona, those are some pretty sexy cars. So I cannot wait for that. Also, if you want to check out NASCAR and you want to look out for something else, check out the Women's Hockey League right now. The men are being the men have won so much money, and the injury bug and all that kind of stuff that they're basically told that they can't hit and do anything anymore. The Women's Hockey League, on the other hand, was told, go do whatever the fuck you want. Hit each other, smack each other, fucking push each other through the bush, and they are. It is so cool to watch the Women's Hockey League, to be honest with you. It is going to take a while to get accustomed to the fact that it is actually here and that it's going to be something that we can have for a little bit. But there's a draft that happens now. There's girls from around my area who are now like actually getting paid to do this. Somewhere where they can actually play after the Olympics, where they usually showcase themselves and they can't fight. Now they're in a league where they can fight, and it's fucking awesome. So give the PWHL a watch, to be honest with you. I still haven't picked my team. I kind of like the Toronto look, but New York's got that like throwback like look, and I like that too. So check those out. FIFA we got going on in 2026. Canada is only getting some, round of 32, some round of 16. I think we get one of those for Vancouver, and that's it. That's it. That's all Canada gets. It's like, hey, cool. I wish we could have gotten some more. That would have been nice, especially in Edmonton. It's not like we're the city that hosts the most, but it is what it is. We only got the most iconic picture ever of Canada actually scoring goals for a qualifier, and the people celebrating by jumping into a snowbank. Thank you very much. So there. We'd like to have that here a little bit more. But to each its own. It's in Toronto. It's in Vancouver. Definitely not going to be spending the money to go and do that, because just like the Super Bowl this year, it's going to be hell of expensive. Ain't nobody got that kind of money. Ain't the Kelce's even got that kind of money. Taylor Swift is going to be sitting in Gen Pop with everybody, guys. Like, shit's real. Shit's real. So, yeah, let's check out the comments here. Sagan says, what is up? Man, I'm excited for NASCAR. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, and Ross Chastain are my favorite drivers. Interesting. I dislike every single one of them. I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan. I like Ross Chastain because he did the whole drive on the wall thing and it pissed everybody off. I don't like him as a driver personally. I'm a Chase guy too. My Chase hat is actually, I just have my Chase hat not too far from here. And I've literally worn out my Chase Elliott hat to look like a actual NASCAR hat, which is where is it around here? Let me see if I can find it. I know it's on that chair over there. Can you grab it? It's on the chair behind you. Can you grab it? Got it. Get it. It's underneath it. Yeah, underneath the jersey. Lift the jersey. Oh. I was yelling at my fiance for no reason. Apparently, it's not there. Okay, I thought it was. Where the fuck did I put it? Anyways, so yeah, I have a Chase Elliott hat. It's all bummed out and stuff and looks like authentic, so it's all good. All right, I'm back. It's been fun. Missed all you guys. Gonna have to do this probably a little bit more. Post the mock draft so we can have a little bit of discussion tomorrow during the week. You tell me what you think. Got any betting questions? Obviously, let me know. I got my picks. I can send you guys my picks. Probably going to do something with Rashee Rice. I just don't know how far I want to go. I have a feeling he's going to get a 100-yard game. I just do. And I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll see what we can do there. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Shout out to all the likes. Shout out to all the views. Shout out to all of you sports nerds for tuning in to North Sports Dynasty. I am your host, Andrew Faubert. This has been the weekly show. Much love to everybody. What about new records? What do you mean new records? The Casey Can for the years that retired the Cup Series. Actually seeing a race like, ooh, I still want to see a race. Very, very badly. Speaking of records, well, we've been talking about records on the new show, the Foods Nostalgia Show. Another shout out to my new show, where we're going to talk about movies and music and TV shows and pop culture from the 80s and 90s and 2000s. It'll be an 8-part series. I will be working on it extensively in the upcoming weeks and then editing even more. So be prepared to talk with me about movies and musicals. I love musicals. Actually, I do. I was the theater geek who never got to go to the theater because even the theater geeks would then make fun of me because I wasn't like a fully theater geek. And then inevitably, I got the greatest job ever by being a theater geek in the bedroom for a pretty lady. I get to be the Grinch. I can sit there and be like, I can literally be any character I want. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that. I can literally be any character I want. It's amazing. It's the greatest gig anybody could ask for. Also talking sports, which like I said, I'll be able to tell you guys a little bit more about what's happening in the next upcoming weeks, but stay tuned. We are going to be featured on another platform going forward. Whether it's the show, whether it's writing, whether it's, something to do with sports. Because that's what my life is all about. And my life is about entertaining. And that's why we're producing, obviously, the Foods Nostalgia Show. And that is why I am here every week from now on in the offseason to give you guys entertainment about sports. Because it's about to get dead. We're going to have to talk about hockey and basketball. And then when those two are done, we're going to have to talk about baseball and how shitty my Cardinals are. Ooh. Link me to the new show. Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'll get everybody linked up. I'm going to make a big post about it tomorrow and stuff like that so everybody can see what I'm all about. All right. Much love. I love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. It's so much fun, and I miss doing this. Like, honestly, I do. Like, don't let anybody, try to, stop you from doing what you love. You know what I mean? Like Pat McAfee says all the time, tell somebody you love them or say something nice and stuff like that. You know what? At the end of the day, you don't need to be told that. You should just do it. It ain't hard to hold the door open. It ain't hard to say hi. It ain't hard to talk back a little bit. It ain't hard to just be a good person. Reach out to somebody. World needs a little bit more of the good and it's a little bit less of the evil. So especially in the sports world that we all truly love, let's keep it peaceful. Let's keep it loving. Most importantly, let's keep it fun. Much love, everybody. I will talk to you next week where we'll be talking the Super Bowl winner and probably break down a little bit more about the Bucs. What's going to happen with Baker and Mike Evans. Because I swear to fucking God, I will rally and I will riot if I have to deal with any more conversation about Mike Evans not being a motherfucking Buccaneer for the rest of my